The 250 West is getting a rider back, and I have to say, I am honestly surprised that he is. This is obviously Garrett Marchbanks, who missed the last round, and I thought was going to be out for a while, being that's the way of the PC curse. Uh, but apparently he is back for this weekend in Glendale, and we have a little quote from him saying, quote, "It was a dumb little tip over, but my shoulder didn't feel right. We got some x-rays and an MRI, which showed a fracture in my shoulder socket, a torn labrum in 3 spots, and a partial dislocation." That is a that's not a little injury. That's a sounds like a pretty serious injury. 3 spots of a torn labrum, dislocation. I mean, just for reference here, you think Jorge Prado, he dislocated his shoulder and he's out for the rest of Supercross after having to have surgery. And here's Garrett Marchbanks with a partial dislocation, tearing, and a fracture in his shoulder, and he'll be back racing for Glendale. So, I mean, it's good. Obviously, you gotta say the more people you have, the better it is for competition's sake and, for PC to have people racing, not every single year just being completely decimated with injuries. Who knows how well he's going to do, obviously, with this. That's going to be very painful to deal with, hard to hold onto the bike. Every jump, every landing is going to be sore, taking all that shock up through his arms. But I mean, it's for him, it's probably I don't want to say a necessary thing, but sadly a necessary thing. These guys get super short contracts. I believe he's on a 1 year. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So he's got to be on the bike. He has to be racing and performing well, gaining points, and showing that he deserves a ride. Uh, it sucks to say, but it is. Like the careers are so short, the contracts are so short, especially contracts on factory rides, these big boy bikes, the big boy money where you get all the parts and training and everything else that you could possibly want. But it sucks. It kind of forces you to say, I'm a little injured, but I have to race because I have to race. I mean, look at same thing with Shimoda, broken fingers, and he's limited his problems to 2 or 3 rounds. He's finished at least semi well. Obviously, with 1 round missed for Marchbanks, he's out of the title contention completely. I mean, as of the moment, as I'm looking, he has 27 points, which puts him down in 11th. Sadly, he is going to be gaining a position at some point with Ryder DiFrancesco out for the rest of the year. And you should say he should be ahead of a couple of these people being on the factory ride. He should be closer up, but you miss a whole round. There's 25 points you're giving up to people. There's well, for a win, but there's people in front of you that you're giving points to, and it sucks to say. I mean, Drew Adams with what has 14 points. he's he's raised nothing, and he might even overtake Garrett Marchbanks, which Drew Adams is kind of, you gotta say, the future of this, but it sucks to say. I mean, it does. These people have to ride whether they're injured or not. I mean, unless it's a serious one where you really can't hold onto the bike or it's a danger to the people around you and yourself. You've got to be on the bike. You've got to be racing. You've got to be, putting up points for the team because they're paying you either way. They've already scoped out all the money for a mechanic and parts and bikes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying it's a good thing, I'm not saying it's a positive thing, but it's just the way the world works in this. But sucks to see. Hopefully he can do well. Hopefully he can mitigate any damage and get some points, finish well for where he is, but we'll see where this goes. And so I'm going to leave you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for Glendale? Who do you think is going to win in the 250s? Juju, maybe Deegan, maybe Smith even. Who do you think is going to win the titles? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think while you're down there. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things this platform always do, because it really just helped me out and I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.